So I'm back again, and this unboxing is really cool. This is something that I didn't think actually really existed. I have been off and on, whenever it pops in my head, looking for one of these for, I'm going to say, probably about 30 years. Um, Never saw one in person, never saw one at a comics convention. Um, I'll search periodically for one and never see them online at all. No record of them, not even a photo of them. Um, I finally saw one in an article, um, but it didn't look like the ads that they always show. You always see them in. Um, so came across one, um, pretty beat, but I didn't care. I was going to buy it anyway. And the guy never got back to me. So I don't know if he decided not to sell it, or maybe he's holding out. I don't, for maybe offers, high offers or something. I don't know. Um, so about 2 weeks ago, I was thinking about it. Again, if you saw the Katie Keene video of mine, it's like once I want something or I see it and have it in my grasp and I lose it, then I need to get it. That's all I get focused on till I get it. And so um, this thing is in better shape. It's got better graphics, and it was about 35 bucks shipped. The other one that was really beat up, they were looking at a couple $100. I think it was like $300 or $400 for it, and it was like beat up. And I think it might have been missing a piece too. But again, like I said, I was gonna get it because I just didn't care. I wanted to get one. Um, this thing was the creation of Victor Fox and Bob Farrell. They filed a patent for it. Now, Joe Simon, in his book, The Comic Book Makers, put this more on Bob Farrell as his thing. And I guess because of the partnership between Bob Farrell and Victor Fox, you saw him probably pop up first in Fox Comics features. And they had Fox characters on them. In one ad, they have Samson up on the wall. But they marketed to other. Apparently, it appeared in Marvel Comics, a couple of Marvel comic issues. Now, even though it was a Marvel Comics comic, there's no known items that have Marvel characters on them that I've ever seen. Um, they all appear to be Victor Fox characters or just cartoon characters in general. There was different ones, and then also it's really rare to have one with graphics. Apparently, a lot of times they came plain. Um, Now, also, to get this, you had to cut out coupons from 5 Fox Comics, plus send in. See, I have it right here in the notes. Let me see what I have here. Yeah, you had to clip out coupons from 5 different Fox comic titles. And you also had to send in money. Now, the one that appeared in the Marvel Comics was Daring Mystery Comics number 7, April 1941. The Wonder World Comics number 13 from 1940 is one of the earliest ads for this particular item. The let's see where it shows where the Now, the one it showed in Daring Mystery Comics had Captain America and Bucky on the side of the box, and in Speed Comics number 13 had Captain America and Bucky on the side of the box. This is before they debuted. So, on the Kirby site, museum.org, they ask a question like, so how did they get the base the graphics for Captain America if Captain America didn't come out yet. Um, and since Joe Simon and Jack Kirby were working for, they were moonlighting for DC and for Fox and the rest of them. Um, I'd almost wonder if Joe Simon and Jack Kirby didn't give them the artwork to potentially jump on this they thought was going to be a new craze for kids. Um, but it was, you basically ran in 5 coupons and you also sent in, I want to say it was 65 cents altogether with shipping and the okay. So this, you send in 5 coupons, 15 cents and 3 cents in stamps. So I guess they could ship it to you. Total cost with the comics, the stamps, and the original 15 cents would be 68 cents. Later on, they'd be sold for 25 cents plus 3 cents in stamps. Now, reportedly, in another ad, I think they said they sold 63,000 of these. But we know advertising in comics is never factual. A lot of times the kids don't want to miss out. So, hey, we sold this many and you need to jump on this, kids, and get it. Apparently, they made no money, no profit, apparently, from these things. That's what they said anyway. But if 63,000 of these things were made, you would think you'd see more of them pop up in the market over the years. I mean, people were buying comics in the 70s and collecting comics in the 70s, and conventions were popping up in the 70s. So you think that a lot of these would have survived. I mean, it's only 30 years. You think a lot of these would survive in basements and closets and things like that, and people would start putting them out to market, and they would be selling them then. So let me pop this up. So I have the box. I already opened it. I already checked everything out. But this is a comic scope projector. So this is just made of cardboard. And the way this worked was, and even in the ads, it's kind of funny. It tells the kids, charge your friends. So you put a light bulb up in here. So what you had to do was you had to sit this box down, then from the top come in with a light bulb and screw the light bulb down through the hole into the lamp, because you couldn't just put it straight over the light bulb. I think the original patent called for they were looking at sheet metal, but obviously you had a lamp in here. Sheet metal would have been too hot. But this thing here, you opened up the lid. Now the lid's, that's the only thing with this thing, is the lid is it's already that's ripped from here, so gotta be really careful with it. Comic scope logo. Everything is intact in this thing. To me, it looks like it was never used. I don't think this thing was ever used. This might have been sitting in a warehouse, somebody's shelf, who knows, but this thing is super clean. It probably literally just sat on a shelf. It's probably an unsold piece that somebody got a hold of at some point. But here's the main part about this. It came with the tube, with the glass in it. So once you put the light bulb inside of here at the bottom, you put this tube in, and it extends. Apparently, it scopes in and out. I'm not going to mess with it, but you put this tube in like so. And then you put the light bulb in, and it actually came with some comics. So these comics, you take your comic book and cut them up, and you basically feed these through, and they project up onto the wall. So again, these things, have to be rare as well. I mean, how cool that artwork is. Um, and it came with a couple of them. So, but you could cut your comic books up and you could put your comic books through. Um, I may project on the wall. I'm gonna test it out later. Um, I gotta see if I even have a lamp anymore that takes a light bulb. If not, I may have to stick my cell phone. See if my cell phone will pop through the other hole and illuminate the side. And I'll probably project it when take those comic books down and project it on that back wall, which should illuminate pretty good. But yeah, these have to be hard. I mean, this one here looks like it got a little bit of damage of some sort, maybe water damage. And then somebody had cut out a Henry comic strip. I don't know when this was. This from the 50s, maybe. Henry comic strip, and then there is a Blondie comic strip on the back. But so when you ran these through, you'd run them through the hole. Get one fed through real quick. So you'd hold it up like this, you'd feed it through the hole, and the projector would hit it. And you just pulled them through, and it would project onto the wall wherever you were at. Now, people have reported that it's very hard to see, which I would imagine it was. It's very crude. Just cardboard and a lens. But also, apparently, the comic books come in backwards. So the writing you can't read. The writing is backwards. I'll see if I can copy these and make it Staples or Kinko's or something if they're even still around. And make a copy of this one that's kind of damaged. Just so I can save the artwork. But really cool. I am so happy to finally have one of these after searching for so long, and to get such a really good conditioned one as well. Like I said, I've seen some, they were just plain cardboard. And this seems to be the only one that actually has characters on it. Like I said, there is some supposedly had Fox characters on the covers, but I've never physically seen one. I've seen this in the Kirby Museum. They actually have, and it might be this one, I don't know, but they have a photo of one that looks exactly like this. The rest of them are from the ads, so they could just be the ads, like that had Captain America on it, and never actually had them on an actual box. I would imagine probably at the start they probably had these characters. And as time went on, when they dropped down to 25 cents, I can't see them having graphics on them. This might be one of the original. I wonder if there's a patent number or a date or anything on it. No. So, but I would imagine these are probably the original run, and the ones that were pure cardboard probably were just the 25-cent ones when the price went down and they realized they weren't selling any and they weren't making any money. Now, this does say the Remington Morse division of Hamilton Ross Industries. So apparently they were the ones who made this, manufactured it. I'm trying to put this down so it doesn't get damaged so I can actually put this on tonight. But thanks, guys, for watching. I probably had this set up in the background and the displays back there. But really happy it came with the whole setup. But thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll see you next time.